welcome everybody to a holiday edition of the Insider versus Lappas. I'm Mr. T. I'm the Insider. That's Lappas, and that's Mr. T. Hello. So I guess we're back after a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
We were off.
Yeah.
Lappas had gone to Vegas.
That's right.
So how was the trip?
Very nice. Gambled some money, made some, lost some, but overall very nice trip, very nice experience.
Any women?
No, my wife wouldn't let me.
Okay. Food?
Very good food.
Food? Okay, good. What about you, Mr. T? You enjoyed the break?
No, we just started. It's so far so good.
Okay, so we're doing, so everything is doing fine. There was a trade that was done earlier in the week between the Blackhawks and the Canucks. So the Blackhawks gave up defenseman Brian Campbell in return for goaltender Craig Anderson. What do you guys think about the trade?
Well, the Hawks obviously needed to make some sort of deal because they were in a tailspin recently. The team was in a huge funk, weren't scoring much. So I guess Hawks GM Phil Giannakis needed to do something to shake things up.
Yeah, I agree with that. He needed to do something. But I don't know how much he's getting out of this since he already had a couple of goalies in his roster. And Anderson hasn't been an overachieving goalie this year. Who's to say he's going to keep it up? Campbell, how many? I don't even know. How many points did he have?
I think he has almost a bit under 30 points.
Yeah, so it's a pretty good
And
defenseman.
I don't think, I agree that maybe the Hawks have to do something, but I don't think that was the right trade to get and to give. Hawks had already Osgood in nets. They have Halak, who's actually playing pretty well right now.
Got to do their praise.
And they also had Tuukka Rask, which they ended up releasing. So I'm not sure how many more points will Anderson get than any of those other goalies. And if I'm not mistaken, the Blackhawks don't even have another defenseman on their bench, so I'm not really sure. But I guess the Hawks general manager decided this was a move that they had to do to make their team better.
Well, in the end, if this trade hurts the Hawks, then it helps me because I'm a division rival. So whatever's bad for the Hawks is best for the Sharks.
So that explains why you like that trade.
Exactly.
All right. So coming up next, we'll have the Inside vs. Lappas meal bite. Alright, it's time now to open the Inside versus Lappas mailbag.
Yes.
Lappas, you have this week's question?
Yes, this week's question comes to us from Felix Navidad from Havana, Cuba. Could you keep the vacuum down, please? We're taping! Shut up! Felix asks this question: Dear Insider versus Lappas, why were you off for the past 2 weeks? Well, Felix, I was in Vegas 2 weeks ago, and last week I was renovating my kitchen. So cameraman, if you can kindly show the renovations. I installed a granite countertop, so I was busy with that, and that's why we couldn't tape the show. But we're back this week for the holidays, just in time, and this will be our last show of 2009. And that's it.
And as you saw in the footage before, Lappas is also busy cooking and making food.
Yes.
Because that's his favorite thing to do.
And he was busy cleaning.
Because that's your favorite thing to do.
That's your favorite thing to do.
So I hope that answers your question, Felix. If you have any questions, you know how to send them to us via the FHL message board or via email. Coming up next, The Real World. Mr. T will be joining us and we'll have an update on a story we spoke about a couple of weeks ago. Alright, so we're back here for The Real World. Earlier this season we spoke about a situation that happened to us at Casual Sport at Bell Center.
Bell Center.
I don't know if Mr. T, if you want to give us a brief recap of what happened?
Yeah, well, basically, from what I remember, we went there. What time was it about? Anyway, it doesn't really matter what time we went there, and we were pretty much told to leave from the Casual Spot because we weren't ticket holders for the game that night, and we were told to come back at 7 if they had room. Rudely by the doorman. So we decided to go forward and complain. And this week I think we got an answer from the letter that we had sent.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. So we had sent a letter to Jean Bédard from the president of Groupe Sporting, which are the owners of the Casual Sport, We also send it to Pierre Boivin, president of the Montreal Canadiens.
Okay.
I will send it to Benoit Golin, if I remember correctly his name, who is the director of that casual sport at the Bell Center.
Okay.
So earlier this week, on Tuesday evening, if I remember correctly, around 5:25, I received a phone call from Miss Rolande Bernier, her name.
Okay.
And Miss Bernier is the assistant of Canadiens president, Pierre,
Oh, wow.
of Pierre Boivin.
Wow.
And she told us that Pierre Boivin read with interest the letter that was sent to them.
Excuse me.
And so the Montreal Canadiens offered me and Mr. T a pair of tickets
Oh, yeah. Wow.
for a game of January 20th against the St. Louis Blues at
Wow.
the Bell Center. So tickets in the white section.
Wow, that's pretty good. Wow.
So that's a good gesture from the Montreal Canadiens. And we did speak back to, I called back Miss Bernier and I thanked her on behalf of me and, I thanked Mr. T. I don't know how happy he is about that.
Well, St. Louis isn't that good. Montreal definitely isn't. But anyhow, it's better than nothing.
Well, if Mr. T doesn't want to use those tickets, I'll gladly come with you to the game.
Cleaner.
Now the question is, are we going to get a response from any of the other?
It's hard to say because the letter was sent about 10 days, and we got a response about 2 days after from the Canadians. And it is a holiday season, so we never know. Maybe the president of Sportsman is on holidays or anything.
Yeah.
So it's still early to say. But it was a quick reaction from the Montreal Canadiens, and
World-class organization.
even though the St. Louis Blues are not such a good team, the Canadiens had, well, at least to our knowledge, had nothing to do with what happened on
Exactly.
that night.
I mean,
Maybe they do, but to our knowledge, they don't. So still a good gesture from the organization.
Yes, very good. World class.
Yeah. So
Well, like I said, if you don't want the ticket, I'll gladly take it off your hands.
So you guys, I guess, could discuss that yourselves after the program. For sure, the one thing for sure is that I'm going because I'll be receiving the tickets.
Very good.
So then you guys can decide amongst yourself who's gonna go. Maybe you guys can have a meeting contest to decide the winner.
Or maybe I'll give you a small monetary amount. We'll see.
So I guess that's all the time we have for this week's program. The last show of 2009.
Right.
It's been another great year, I guess, on the program. Mr. T has that's a great improvement.
Yes, he is vastly
Since,
improved.
2008.
I'm proud of you. And
He's a good
almost
guy.
grabbed your ass there, I'm sorry.
Well, you actually did, but
Terribly sorry. So I guess on my behalf, and then I guess Amy, Happy New Year, and that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see you in 2010 on another edition of the Inside vs. Lappas and Mr. T.
And Amy.